Hello, viewers. Welcome to another episode of our program, Marriage and the Home. My name is Israel Tajomao, and as always, I'm delighted to discuss with you issues concerning marriage. I want to encourage you to continue to watch this program because you are going to gain a lot from it. Most especially the young ones who are looking forward to getting married within the near future. There are a lot of things you are going to learn that will help you make the right decisions concerning your marriage and also avoid certain things that may cause you pain in the future. Also, for the parents, for the older ones, you may learn a thing or two that you can use to advise the younger ones. So I want you to continue to watch. I want you to share to other people so that they can also benefit from it. If you have not subscribed, you need to subscribe to this program so that you can be receiving notifications of new episodes. We want to continue on our series that is on reasons for the challenges in marriage. And we said that many marriages have failed because so many people have failed to take steps in the right direction to get it right first before going into marriage. So they've had problems. Now we said to get it right first, there are steps that you need to take to get it right first so that you avoid some of these problems, these challenges that can come your way. We were able to list about 10 steps, and so far we have discussed 4 of them. The last 2 episodes we talk about step number 4, which is the need to know your medical status. That is, each of you that intends to get married, or both of you that intends to get married, you need to know each other's medical status. And after this discussion, we received a question from one of our viewers. And that question that was asked is very important to me. We are going to discuss that question today. It says, what if a couple is unable to carry out medical checkup because they are poor? What should be done in this situation? This is one of the realities of life. The challenge of finance. He has used the term here, poverty, which means an extremely difficult financial situation, which may prevent the person or may make it difficult for the person to be able to afford medical checkups. Well, I must say that, firstly, the fact that you will need to spend some money to do this medical check is there. You will spend some money to do the medical check. It's a reality. But I also want to say that this cannot be an excuse. We cannot afford to make this an excuse, because the challenges that lie ahead are greater than this. The problem of finances, we all know it, is not something that affects one person alone. It affects the whole nation. It's the problem all over the world. And what people do is to find a way around these financial challenges to help them move forward in life. It's not only marriage, but a lot of things are affected when it comes to issue of finances or poverty. You need to face the reality and deal with it so that you do not have problem. You want to get married. Marriage do not come cheap, do they? So talking about dealing with, the issue of carrying out medical checks before getting married is something small compared to what you will spend in marriage. And you don't go into marriage if you are not ready. So let's take it this seriously. So I say here, firstly, the cost of medical checks cannot be anything close to the cost of a wedding. We are talking about marriage. You cannot compare the cost of what you are going to use for medical checks to what it will cost you to get married. Secondly, in some cases, you may not need to spend money to do these findings. If somebody has asthma or is suffering from asthmatic condition, I'm sure at that age where the person is getting ready to marry, I'm sure that person would have known that he's asthmatic. So he should be able to tell you if you ask politely. The person should be able to tell you. Besides, it's not an ailment that is so easy for you to hide. Occasionally, the person will have attack, the person will use inhaler, and things like that. So in this case, you will not need to spend money. It's not in all cases that you spend money. Thirdly, you need to understand that the consequences of not knowing is worse than the consequence of knowing. So when you know, then you would have saved yourself from a lot of problems, futuristic problems. The fourth one is that knowledge is power. When you know, you have power in your hand. The power to prevent you from having problems in your marriage. Kofi Annan said that knowledge is power, information is liberating, education is the premise of progress in every society and in every family. So if you have that knowledge, what you are receiving now is knowledge, education, to help you make progress in what you want to do. So it is very, very valuable to you. Hold on to the knowledge, it is power. Another thing we want to talk about is this value of the knowledge that we have. I said that marriage does not come cheap. You cannot go into it without being ready. You must be ready. So if you are ready to pay the price for marriage, you should be ready to pay the price for medical checks to also prepare you for the same marriage so that you don't get it wrong. Let's consider a wedding, traditional wedding, what it will cost you. We are talking about medical checks. If you are not going to do the white wedding as a lot of people do, at the barest minimum, for you to take somebody's daughter into your home as your wife, traditionally, you must fulfill all the rites. As a Christian also, they expect that you must marry the person in the traditional way. Normally, you cannot carry somebody's daughter, put in your house and begin to sleep with the person. It is not allowed. So at the barest minimum of getting into this traditional marriage, there are some things that you must do. They all cost money. You will pay bride price. You will pay bride price. You will provide all the things that they need for the traditional wedding lists, all the yams, all the clothes, bags, oil, what do they call it? Bag of salt, and so many other things that you provide. You also make visits to the family. It will come at a cost. So there are many things you do for the traditional wedding. You also do a traditional wedding party. And no matter how small, it will cost you something. You cannot just go and carry somebody's daughter without a ceremony. So all these things will cost you money. Again, if you look at the future, look at what the value of the knowledge is saving you again. We consider the marriage itself. Now you have done all the traditional rites. The wife is yours. You take the wife home. Let's forget about white wedding. You are not going to spend millions on white wedding, but you've done all the traditional rites. Are you going to take the wife home and then you won't spend any money because you say you are poor? It doesn't work like that. When you get married and you start your marriage, you are going to pay for house rent. You are going to pay for utility bills, your NEPA bills and other bills that you may use. You have to pay for them. You are going to pay for medical bills. You will fall sick, your wife will fall sick, you will go to hospital. You need to put all these ones in mind. Again, what do? You are going to buy groceries. Are you not going to eat? Are you not going to use toiletries and things like that? You will have to buy all those things. And when the children come, when they come, what will happen? Your cost of living will increase. You begin to pay school fees. You buy more food. You will buy books and all that. So, Look at it very critically. You cannot talk about poverty when you want to get married, so you have to be ready. My advice for you, if you claim that you are poor, is to prepare. Prepare for marriage financially. That's the first advice. Number one, prepare for marriage financially. Because there's something that is very common. I also had that experience. When a woman goes to the father and says, Daddy, I have found somebody that wants to marry me. One of the questions that every father or mother will always ask is, what does he do for a living? I believe you agree with me on that. Everybody will agree with me on that one. The father will ask, what does he do for a living? Today, even the man who goes to the father and say, I found a wife, they still ask him, what does she do for a living? Yes, some parents ask that now. We are no longer in the era where only the man carries the whole body. No, the time of the woman's place in the kitchen is gone. They join hands together to take care of the expenses of the house. And that is why you have to be ready financially. The parents' concern mainly is that they are able to overcome some of these financial challenges, that they are able to survive in that marriage. So that question will come. And that is why you have to be ready financially before you go into marriage. You must have a job. So this issue of poverty should not come in. Advice number 2. As a Christian, I must tell you that prayer is key. Commit your desires to God for divine favor. That is advice number 2. Commit your desires to God for divine favor, because God is in support of marriage. The book of Proverbs chapter 18 verse 22, it says, he who finds a wife finds what is good and receives favor from the Lord. That is what God says about marriage. God likes marriage and is telling us that there's benefit in marriage. The second thing it says again is that we must commit whatever we want to do in life to God's hands to take control. Philippians chapter 4 verse 6, it says, do not be anxious about anything, but in everything, by prayer and petition with thanksgiving, present your request to God. Allow God to take control. That is what you need to do. You have to allow God to take control. And the third one is continue to watch this program. I cannot say I am competent enough to talk about the issues of poverty or finances, because it's an international problem. If I knew, perhaps I would have received some kind of ministerial appointment to solve Nigeria problem. However, in my own little corner, within my own ability, I'm going to throw some advice in that area that can help people in their marriage. I want you to continue to watch our next series. In our next series, I'm going to talk about how to overcome challenges in marriage. You are now in the marriage. How do you overcome financial challenges in marriage? There are some tips I will give that will be able to help you. That is the much I can do. In the next episode, we are going to continue on our series, this current series, and we are going to look at step number 5. I want you to continue to watch. If you have not subscribed, please subscribe and share to other people so that they can also benefit from this program. You'll be helping yourself and helping others. Till I come your way again next time, I want to say thank you for watching and remain blessed. Bye.